I'm going to say that diabetes type 2 is a lower level of pancreatic cancer. Type 2 diabetes is pancreatic cancer. Now, I told y'all in my last video that glucose, when it's high, cancer thrives off of it because it fuels it to be able to replicate and to spread throughout the body. So if glucose in the pancreas is low and they tell you that this is type 2 diabetes, and they use that as justification to give you toxic insulin, which has synthetic polymers in it to raise your glucose levels, what does that say? If cancer thrives off of glucose, then they are using this to manipulate you and to raise your glucose so that the cancer can thrive, or that cancer that's laying dormant in the body can spark and come to life. Now, I'm going to prove all of what I'm saying. I'll put the information up at the end of this video, but just think about what I'm saying, right? Insulin. What if insulin is something that allows parasitic infections to become cancerous? Because we know that parasites, certain cultures of parasites, their infections, when it's left behind, becomes cancer whenever it is set off due to any type of polymer or any type of viral pathogen or bacteria in the body that comes across the infection. I've been to Texas on this journey that I'm on now. I just got back from Texas, went to New Mexico, and come to find out that a lot of people who took the Moderna and took the booster shot had HIV antibodies inside of their urine. Now, HIV antibodies is produced by the immune system whenever the virus is inside of the body. Now, this is something that's very triggering and concerning, because this tells me that even if you didn't take the Moderna COVID shot, that the other shots had a lot to do with building blood clots due to spike proteins, which are viral proteins, and suppressing the respiratory system. And the respiratory system has a lot to do with HIV, believe it or not. Because the central nervous system, once it becomes flooded with infection due to the respiratory system being taken over by this virus or this obligate intracellular parasite, which lays the infection in the central nervous system, it becomes full-blown AIDS. So, America is still killing people on a level that is way beyond genocide. All of this is spiritual. All of it. There are people that run our governments that cannot see beyond this plane of existence. And they know that our DNA has a lens in it that allows them to temporarily to peek into that place that they can't see into beyond their death gate. But they know as people who have certain, y'all call it blood types, but DNA strands, that they could tell where they're going beyond this life. They can tell certain memory that is obtained from certain places that they've been to in past lifetimes where they haven't ever been to, because there's some people that has been to the future that exist that have that strand of DNA that have future information in it, but they call it blood type. And so therefore they know who these people are when they look into your blood. And so what they do is they'll give you cancer or something to bring you into the forefront of them being able to put you under their thumb, so that they can look at these scripts inside of the strands of DNA that you brought from the future into this life that we call the present. We are not living in the present, people. We are not. And I don't want to go into that in this video, but I have plenty of books out. The Black Bible of Science. I have other books as well too. Just type in Osei Kufuor books and Google. All of my books will come up. But let's get into this information real quick about the type 2 diabetes being pancreatic cancer, a lower level of pancreatic cancer. Look at this. And it says, yes, type 2 diabetes is a known risk factor for pancreatic cancer. In fact, some research suggests that up to 80% of pancreatic cancer patients have either new onset T2DM or impaired glucose tolerance at the time of diagnosis. But they'll tell you that your glucose is low. That gives them justification. And to give you this toxic insulin that will raise your glucose, which will fuel cancer infections laid by parasites inside of the pancreas. Don't believe me? Look at this. It says, yes, insulin can contribute to the development of pancreatic cancer. Insulin resistance and high insulin levels. What happens when you have high insulin levels? Your glucose spike. Yep, and also known as hyperinsulinemia. Can lead to inflammation in the pancreas that can cause precancerous cells to develop. Insulin also promotes cell growth, which can create a feedback loop that fuels the growth of cancer cells, people.